Hello, my gorgeous group ones. Welcome to your reading. If you chose group one, then welcome. Today's reading is going to be about what will you think of your next boyfriend, girlfriend, partner, the next person you end up with, okay? For those of you who may already have someone, you can watch this video as well to see or confirm if this is how you feel about the person you're with, okay? Just to give everybody a chance to watch. You know, some people want to watch, but they may not relate to the topic sometimes. Now you can, if you're in a relationship already. Is this how you feel about your person, right? But for those of you who are single, ready to mingle, looking for love, we're going to get into how will you feel about them and them being the person you end up with next. If someone watching for future spouses, you can also watch for that as well. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Ten of Pentacles. Can you imagine? Like, that is so serendipitous. We're talking about a future partner, which Ten of Pentacles can sometimes represent. And then we, at the bottom of the deck, in a reading about that person, we have this energy. So Ten of Pentacles, you're going to feel right at home, okay? You're going to feel safe. I love how they always have these specific dogs in this card. I do believe there's another card where there's this specific kind of dog. I don't know what they're called. I just know that I think Kylie Jenner has these kinds of dogs. They're really skinny. They look malnourished kind of dogs. Like, even as puppies, they're still mad big and long and tall. I don't know the name. I know they're not Great Danes, but I can't remember right now if I even ever knew the name of this dog. Okay, but anywho, I saw one on, I think it was Sunday after brunch. It was so cute. I'm like, look at you, you're so long. Anyway, maybe that's what you think or how you feel about your person. They're gonna be long, okay? They're gonna be cute and long, so they can be really tall and like lanky, you know, all limbs. But anyway, let's get into it. Ten of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck is already a good starting energy, right? You feel at home, you feel grounded, you feel stable, you feel rich, you know, you feel taken care of, right? In a more luxurious way, because Ten of Pentacles tends to mean someone who is of means, who has money to buy whatever they want, who lives a very comfortable life, more than comfortable, you know? Nine of Pentacles is comfortable. Ten of Pentacles is like, okay, now relax. You're giving rich vibes, you know? Like I said, of means, a person of means. So this person takes care of you, or you just love being around them because they live such a really extravagant and, you know, wealthy life, okay? They live a good lifestyle. And I'm hearing what's his name, Stewie from Family Guy, where he's like, I gotta get tan up. It's a lifestyle, Brian. Your whiteness is haunting this house or something like that. And I've been seeing it used in like interracial couples the most, where the wife and the kids like have some tan to her, or the black person essentially, or somebody of color, and the kids took after them, and there's just always the one like maybe white or, you know, lighter skinned partner, and the rest of the family is like, I gotta keep the tan up. It's a lifestyle, not a something. Brian, you're haunting this house with your whiteness, whatever. It's like a little voice clip from Family Guy. And that's what I just heard, right? The lifestyle they keep up is something that you like. You may not be included in it, because if you're in a relationship with someone who's rich, it doesn't make you rich. But if they become your husband or wife, it definitely does. So it may feel like they're haunting the house with their whiteness or their richness or their lifestyle, or it's like the life they live is very apparent when you go into their house or when you're around them. So it, like, you feel at home with them, but it may not be your wealth, but you know, what is it? Is it a saying? It's closeness, it's proximity to greatness. I don't know what that means, but I think it's like something about being close to it makes you feel like it's yours and more possible. So it's kind of like this person can inspire you or encourage you to want more money. You know what I mean? But it's definitely giving, this person is giving future spouse vibes for you. That's how you feel about them, with Ten of Pentacles coming through as well. So let's see what else comes through for your group. Jeez Louise. Okay. We have the Seven of Pentacles showing up, and then we have the Nine of Wands, right? See? So the Seven of Cups gives options, right? Not closing your, what's the saying? it's like broadening your horizons and not settling for less. There it is. Like the Seven of Cups says, I can have anything as long as I can believe in it. You know what I mean? I don't have to just choose one thing, right? And then that with the Nine of Wands is, I will never settle, right? So this person makes you feel like you didn't have to settle for anyone. You were able to get everything you wanted. Because sometimes the Seven of Cups tells us that we can only have love, we can only have money, we can only have travel, we can only have one thing at a time. We can't have everything all together. This, with her eyes closed, is telling me what you dreamed up, your perfect person, has come to life. Like, you know, and Ten of Pentacles is a full house, right? It's like, it could be literally kids, but it's the highest you get in the numbers in a suit. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10 is the final boss, essentially, is what I'm trying to say. So there's no higher, there's no better than a Ten of Pentacles, you know? So if you getting the Ten of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck means this person fulfilled all of your wishes and more. There's nothing more you would want in this person. So the way you feel about them is you got everything you wanted with the Seven of Cups and the Nine of Wands coming out saying, hey, I didn't give up or settle. The Nine of Wands is not giving up. It's fighting for what you want, you know, imagining as far as your mind can reach the kind of person you wanted to be with. And here they were, and here they are, you know. That's what's coming through here. The Nine of Wands is like, it's like, finally. I mean, I hate bringing it up, but Twilight Breaking Dawn Part 1, when we have the whole mind bleep moment where Alice shows, what's his name? I can't remember that man's name. Shows the head Volturi guy what happens if they fight with Bella and Edward and try to take their child from them. And then the whole scene happens. And then there's that older vampire dude with the long hair, and he's like, finally. When I believe it's either those two Russian or Ukrainian or whatever guys, the troublemaker vampires, or it's Bella and Edward themselves that come and like rip his arms off or whatever. I don't know. That sounded very graphic. I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm trying to properly convey the scene. But basically, this vampire has been alive for centuries and centuries. He's been alive for so long. And he's a part of the laboratory. And I'm not sure if you're not able to unalive yourself, but I'm pretty sure he didn't want to be the one to unalive himself. That's kind of ghetto, you know? So when this scene happens, he's like, finally. So it's like, something that you've been wondering for so long is finally happening. Your suffering's going to be over, right? That's what I'm getting. The Nine of Wands is the not giving up card, but you have to have gone through so many things to get to this Nine of Wands first, right? Because it's close to the Ten of Wands. So the Ten of Wands like finally releasing all the things you've been carrying, you know? The Nine of Wands is, okay, we're almost there. We're almost there. We're almost there. And it's funny how the Ten of Pentacles is another 10 and the Ten of Wands is another 10, but it's not coming out in this instance because you're not giving up, or you didn't give up, right? So the Nine of Wands is like, oh my gosh, I've been through so much. I've been broken up with, heartbroken, played around with. I've been like fighting for just to find some kind of love, and I can't seem to find everything I need in a partner or even want, you know, everything I desire. My needs are not met. With this person, my needs are met, okay? And it's all because I didn't give up. There could also be an energy of you not giving up on this person or not feeling given up on. Could be something. I'm hearing Don't Give Up on Me by Andy Grammer. So don't give up on me. I will fight. I will fight for you. I will fight. I will fight for you. I always do until my feet are black and blue. I will fight, or is it walk? I don't know. So my hands are black and blue, maybe. I just remember it's from the 5 Feet Apart movie. That song, when it came on, that movie had me crying. I hate movies like that. I'm like, you know, nothing good's gonna come of it, but you still watch it because it's why. If you want to feel things, watch those kind of movies. The Fault in Our Stars, 5 Feet Apart, where, you know, one person is sick and da-da-da-da. You know something's gonna happen, okay? So if you're ready to cry, just watch them. But Me Before You, disgusting. I can't talk about it anymore. But that's the vibe that's coming through. Don't give up on me. This person doesn't give up on you, right? You may not be the most easiest person to get along with or love, you know, in your opinion, but this person never shows that or makes you feel that way, you know, and that's very special in the connection, right? Especially for my girls and guys who've been told they're too much. It's so great to find a partner who doesn't think you're too much, right? who doesn't give up on you, who fights for you every single day, who, you know, who shows you the possibilities and how they live. Like I said, their lifestyle. I got to keep the hand up. I got to keep the lifestyle going, and they're inspiring you to do the same thing for yourself. So this person inspires you in some kind of way when it comes to your dreams and the things that you've always wanted and the things you imagine, you know, in your heart of hearts, is what the Seven of Cups is definitely giving me, okay? And then we have the Nine of Wands. They don't give up on you, or they don't make you give up on your dreams as well. I do feel like that's something that can happen sometimes in relationships, because it's like it's a compromise, right? So sometimes you want something that person doesn't, but it's like, no, we both want this. I don't have to give up on it, you know? It's like when you have a partner who's not ambitious at all, and you're the one that's overly ambitious, and they're just like, you work too much, spend more time with me. This person who you're with is going to be like, they work a lot too. So they're not going to be sitting there telling you, you work too much, spend time with me. No, we're both out here grinding, making our money. They support you in everything you do, and you do the same for them, which is why they have all this esteem and money to them, and which is why you will have all this money and esteem to you one day, because they're teaching you to, hey, don't stop because I'm making money. Make your own money. They're pushing you towards bigger and better at all times. And that's how this person, you feel about them, okay? And this is beautiful. We all need this kind of partner in our life. Not everyone gets partners that make someone to keep fighting and be even more ambitious, right? You see what someone has amassed, a success, and you want a little taste of that. So you keep, you know, pushing and grinding, okay? How will my group ones feel about their person? Look, the Ten of Pentacles actually flew out. I love that. Yeah, make you whole, complete, like you have everything you wanted. You have the successful job, right? But then you also have the happiness, the love, the home to come to, the kids, if you want that, you know? That kind of thing. That's very beautiful, like a whole well-rounded life. You vacation every summer, you go to all these beautiful places, and you experience life in that way. Then you have a fulfilling career, and your life is full in that way. Then you have this loving person who's there riding for you every step of the way, and that is, you know, very full as well. Then if some of you want a dog, you have a dog. If some of you want like a bunch of animals on a farm, you have that. If some of you want to get married, you have that. If some of you want kids, you're going to get that. That's the kind of feeling or life that the Ten of Pentacles represents. Whatever you want, you know? And this you finally feeling like, oh, I found a person, this next person, next boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever. Oh, I found a person I can actually see myself having kids with, you know? Settling down with, traveling with, you know? Having long-term health and wealth. That's also what the Ten of Pentacles means, long-term health and wealth, okay? It also means building generational wealth as well. So having someone where I got the monies, they got the monies, and now our kids are going to be good. Our kids is going to be good, kind of thing, okay? So a very successful partner, but you're also going to be successful vibes coming through in this reading right now. That's how you feel about them, you know? Period. Okay, we have the Hierophant. So someone who's this is giving husband energy again, because the Hierophant represents marriage and long-term commitments, as it does the Ten of Pentacles. So that's the energy you're feeling about this person. This is my person that I kept fighting for and didn't give up on love for. This is the person that I've been waiting for. Okay, this is the person I'm going to marry. Those are the kind of vibes coming through for this next person, especially with the Hierophant coming out and the Ten of Pentacles, right? Then we have the Page of Cups. So I do believe you're going to be the person that's like, my man, my woman, because you have a crush on them, an eternal crush, where they make you giddy, they make you laugh, right? They make you giggle, they make you blush. That kind of energy what the Page of Cups is about. It's like a schoolgirl crush on a boy, and the boy is like, ew, girls, but the girl still is in love with him and like brings him flowers or brings him little treats, you know, and the boy is like, leave me alone, but the schoolgirl crush will never go away, right? That first crush, first falling in love feeling is what I am getting with the Page of Cups. And it's kind of like, I feel like there's something here about, look at how this is a very interesting visual of the Page of Cups. Usually the Page of Cups is somebody by the beach, right, looking out at the ocean, or someone just standing with a cup and a fish sticking out of the cup. Here, she's throwing the fish out of her cup and into this bigger stream. So this person could even like heighten your intuition, especially with the Seven of Cups coming through here. Your imagination, your intuition, those are things that I associate with Page of Cups and Seven of Cups, and they heighten it. No longer is your intuition just stuck in this cup, you know? It's now going to be a big stream, right? And that stream is moving. That stream is going places. It's not just stuck stagnant in a cup. So that's what I mean about dreams coming true. This person encouraging you to fight and achieve everything you kind of want in life, you know? They're like, oh, what do you want? And it's kind of like giving spoiled vibes. This person is literally there to make sure your life is good. That's what they want to do. They're a provider archetype coming through. And that's how you feel about this person, you know? They always provide for you. They make you feel safe. They grow and heighten and intensify your intuition and your dreams. Like, they just add so much like joy to your life, you know? But I love that she's just like throwing the fish into the stream. She's like, I've evolved. I moved on from this minuscule cup. I'm going on to bigger and better things, right? My imagination, my thought processes, my spirituality, the way I see the world has all grown. It's no longer like, what's the word I'm looking for? It's no longer confined. Thank you, Spirit, because I'm like, stop playing in my face. It's no longer confined to this cup. It's now becoming a stream, and that stream is like, look, coming from a waterfall into a stream, and it's going to be going into an ocean. So the more you're with them, the more things like evolve. It goes from a stream to a river to an ocean, and the ocean is vastless and endless and takes up like 95% of the world. So it's like you're going to become unstoppable, essentially. You know, the ocean can be serene, it can be soft, it can be deep, it can be sensual, it can be cleansing, but it could also be very dangerous and stormy and choppy. So it's giving this person allows you to be all versions and facets of yourself. And they're not going to look at you and say, look at you taking up 90% of the whole earth. You're too much. They're going to welcome and embrace you, even if they have to be that 5% of earth struggling. Even if they have to be that 5% of earth struggling to keep up with you, they're going to do it because they want to be immersed in you. And they're not confining you, telling you to play small and be small. No, they're making you want to be bigger and brighter and better and richer. That part. Okay. Page of Cups. A few more flipped over. Just give me a second. I want you guys to see all the cards. They're so pretty. This deck especially. I'm glad I got this deck. I wasn't sure. I'm like, I don't need any new decks. I have too many. I barely have space for the ones that I have, right? There's also something here about enjoying the fruits of your labor with this person, because these grapes are definitely giving me that. You know how in not every, but in most shows or movies that I watched when I was younger, you know, people would be fed grapes and not even eating them themselves. They would be fed, they would have a grape feeder, someone who was there literally like holding the grapes over them, and they'd just be eating it, you know? And they were usually like royalty or queens or goddesses or empresses, people with a lot of power, you know? That can be the vibe coming through here, but grapes also represent like fruits of your labor. And I'm getting like celebration wine, being very easy to be around. And I love how they're coming through in the Ten of Pentacles, which is a card of ease, especially financially, you know, financial ease. So this person either like helps you get towards that, or they are that. And that's how you feel about them, okay? But I love that. I'm also hearing wreaths. Wreaths, I don't know what wreaths mean, the symbolism behind that, but that's coming through. Maybe look that up. And look at the visual of this. We have a peacock. Look at that. She's giving, I'm powerful. This is like very interesting imagery for the Hierophant, because this is, not really, because what I usually say about the Hierophant is he loves to be in the spotlight, or as opposed to his counterpart, the High Priestess, who likes to be in the shadows, you know? She doesn't like to always be fully accessible to someone. So you could be the Hierophant. You could be the High Priestess to their Hierophant, or they could be the Hierophant to your High Priestess. They like to be in the limelight. There's someone who's very open spiritually, very much like, ask me anything, I'll tell you what you want to know. Public opinion in the public kind of energy. This is how you feel about them. And you're more so like a High Priestess, where you can be in the light, but you like to be in the dark sometimes. So you don't want to always be seen and perceived, because the High Priestess always gives me like a priest vibes, because he is the High Priest, right? But the High Priestess is never in churches. She's not talking and giving preaches in front of the freaking, what do they call the ministry. They're not sitting there every Sunday preaching the word of God or whatever. The high priestess is minding her business, right? She may have one or two people come to her for advice because they know who she is, but she's not sitting here running a practice out of a big rash church and wanting like acclaim from people for being able to, say these things, be this kind of person. Your person gets attention, right? Is the kind of energy coming through. They may be in the limelight where people come to them professionally, okay, and ask them for their opinion. And that could be why they have so much money, you know what I mean? That's the kind of vibe coming through for your person. And you're more so, you can be in the spotlight, but you'd also prefer to like have your time alone. You can't spend too much time out there in front of people. But your person's giving very much extrovert to your ambivert, introvert vibes, okay? So this person, how do you feel about them? That they're very much, I don't know, just like responsible and grown and mature, right? They have all the answers. If you need help with something, you're going to ask them because it's very apparent that they know what they're doing and they have the answers. Whereas if you are coming through as the high priestess, their divine counterpart, you're coming through as someone who a few people or a select few people may know you and come to you and ask for things, but that's not like your official job to be there for people answering their questions, being a guide of sorts, where the high priest, the hierophant is, right? So your person may work in a church or they do good, right? They're a do-gooder. And that's how you feel about them as well. But there's something here about public service, and it could be like spiritually inclined or not. But this is like a very pretty visual though. I'm not used to seeing the Hierophant in this kind of light. And it's a woman, but I mean, we're not surprised because this is the modern goddess tarot. So I think there's no men in the deck. But period, okay? Larger than life is the vibe coming through as well. Like, yeah, your person is very much like in your face, like BDE. You can't ignore them when they're there kind of energy. And you're more so someone I feel like who would like to disappear into the dark. Now, if you're someone who wants to be in the limelight and likes attention, then this may be how you feel around them. Like you are big and larger than life, and someone who they don't want to ignore. They're always all up on you and asking you questions and kissing up on you, all up in your space, right? That could be the vibe coming through as well. I'm trying to stay on track here. The question is, how do you feel about your next partner? So how do you feel when you're around them, about them in general, whatever. We have 6 of Cups coming through here. And this is definitely giving me, I love how we have the Page of Cups. This person, like I said, gets when you're giddy, little girl, little boy energy. And they're like the grown up that's like taking care of you in some kind of way. That could be a vibe coming through. Right, it's giving daddy vibes, right? Daddy dom vibes for those of you who are into that, okay? Just putting it out there. Those are the vibes that I'm getting strongly, right? And for those of you who don't know what that is, go look it up, okay? But basically, a provider, someone who takes care of your protector, right? Someone who is quite stern, someone who is quite exact, someone who wants things their way. It's giving bossy, right? It's giving a little bit of a disciplinarian, totalitarian kind of vibes. Like, this is my house, this is my rules kind of energy, but you like it because you want to be in that very kid-like, imaginative, drawing, painting, doing your own thing, not wanting to be placed in a box and having to be grown up all the time. You get to be youthful and innocent, right? And sparkling with joy, okay, and energy and full of energy. And this person gets to be the person who's making all the decisions and worrying about the rent and doing this. You just get to be there and look cute and soft. Like, that's how you feel about this next person. They're taking care of everything. When you go out to dinner, you're not worried about them taking over the bill, child. I mean, you're not worried about paying the bill because they got it. You're not worried about opening your door because they got it. You're not worried about where you have to go because they told you where y'all going. Like, stuff like that. If you're booking a trip, you don't got to worry about the where, the who, the why. They book the flights. They're doing everything because that's what they like to do. They like to be the person people come to for advice, to help people. They're a giver, right? And you are a giver, but I'm pretty sure a different way than they are, which is why you guys match so well, right? And I'm hearing Giver by Chaperone. Ooh, because you know I'm a giver, right? So this person is very much a giver when it comes to things like that. They want to be able to book, they want to be able to hightail it, they want to be able to drive, they want to be in charge and in control, right? And you're like, I bet you can have that. I'm more of a receptive gal anyway. I'm the empress to their emperor. The emperors do buy, conquer. And the empress is like, I'm just here looking cute on they arm. And I'm happy here, child. I don't gotta think, I don't gotta do nothing until it comes to when you do want to think and want to do something, and they hold space for that part of you as well. I love this person. Hello there. Anyway, this is what we're getting for you guys. I just want to get some oracle cards and then we can like end the reading, I guess. How will they feel about their next person, please, Spirit? Let's get the tea. We have 2. I think 2 should be enough. Oh, wait, I forgot a card. Sorry. We have the 5 of Cups coming through here. We have the 5 of Cups. This is a very beautiful visual. I love these cards. I need to get up a better setup, even better setup than this, because sometimes the cards that I use, I don't really care how they look, but these are so beautiful and they're new, so I want them to get their shine. I think this is good enough, but they're just so pretty. Anyway, 5 of Cups and energy of like crying over spilled milk. Like I said, it's the tantrum card, like kids throwing tantrums when things don't go their way. And this person is like, how do you feel about them? They let you be this kind of person. They let you be sad. They let you be moody. They let you be like, oh my gosh, life is so unfair, right? You know, I was also looking at this Page of Cups here as this girl just like throwing a tantrum and like throwing away her water. Like, I don't want this, right? That's the kind of energy I was getting from the Page of Cups when I started getting into the more like dynamic where they're taking care of everything and you're just there like, okay, receiving, you know? Someone who could throw tantrums, be a little bratty, be a little bossy, be a little whatever, and they're going to hold space for that part of you. Be a little sad sometimes, not always have it together, and they hold space for that part of you. You could be someone who's sad often, or when you used to show your sadness to people in the past, they wouldn't like be open to it. They wouldn't be receptive to your sadness. They would say, oh, just buck up, grow up, you know? Maybe some of you could deal with like depression sometimes, and life is not always happy. And that's the times you kind of want to be in your shell, because you're coming through as a high priestess in my mind in this reading right now. And it's like sometimes the high priestess wants to be in the dark by herself, no music on, listening to her emo girl, sad girl music. And sometimes she wants to be out. Sometimes she wants to be on. Sometimes she wants to be vibrant and open and, you know, happy. But it's like not always all the same. So they take care of the dark and light in you, this person. And they take care of your sadness, and they take care of your childlike nature as well, your innocence. They hold space for that part of you. It's not just, you're a grown woman, you're a grown man, hurry up and get up and do this and work and struggle. And it's like, no. Sometimes if you're having a bad day, they're like, all right, babe, just stay home. I'll bring you your favorite food when I come home, and that's about it. Like, they're not sitting there harping on you the way the world does. They allow you to be soft and safe, right? I'm hearing a safe space. And there's like a place like that in like the newer spinoff of Charmed, where it was like Safe Space Seattle, and it was where people of all backgrounds, kind of like this deck, you know, people of all backgrounds, religions, identities could come and like run their businesses, and nobody was like turned away. Everyone was welcome, kind of energy, you know? So you're in that kind of safe space with this person. So take it like a taker. Baby, I'm a giver. Like, period. Love Chapel, sorry. So these two came out. We have play, literally what I've been saying this whole time. Exactly. They let you be, they're very playful. This energy could be them that's coming through, but I do feel like it's you that's coming through as this kind of person. Okay, but they leave space for you to be very playful. Like I said, you don't always have to be grown and on. You can have tantrums, you can be sad, you can feel any kind of way you want, right? You can show your struggles with the 9 of Wands down here as well. You can show when you're undecided. You can be flawed. Yes, you can be flawed. You could have ghosts. You could have a past, and they don't really care. They're just happy to be there. You know what I mean? Very interesting. This ghost, I'm also kind of getting like a past life link in some kind of way, that maybe you could have known them in a past life, which is why things seem so comfortable. And it's funny because we have the Six of Cups, and the Six of Cups can represent past life connections. So yeah, I'm getting a past life like karmic link, but I think it's kind of like a karmic link in a way. It's going to show you you don't always have to be strong and on. You can be soft and vulnerable and childlike when you're ready, and this person will be there taking care of you, you know? That dynamic is coming through again, child. I'm telling y'all, some of y'all out here doing the thing. Y'all got y'all daddy dom. You're going to, okay? Now let's see what cards come through in this deck. So you're getting a giver, okay? A giver. Please, Spirit, can we get some more cards for my group ones? And how they'll feel about their person. We have Mother Nature. Was there a vibe coming through with that? I was talking about Earth a lot. I was talking about the sea a lot. I was talking about Earth versus the sea a lot. Like, you're going to be the sea, very deep, very moving, sometimes very overwhelming. And they're going to be Earth, very grounded, very stable. Yeah, that's a perfect example. I love that. It's taking on a new meaning for me, okay? So you know how water is very movable. It's very unpredictable. It's very changeable, right? That's you, right? And this person is always going to be firm, a firm hand, if you will. A little spank on your bottom. Let me stop. Oh my gosh, I apologize. But anywho, I said what I said though. And they're gonna be earth, grounded, you know, strong, the backbone, right? And you're gonna be water, right? That's the kind of energy coming through here. I'm like, I was saying water and I was saying ocean versus the earth, but that can also play a part in this person being very firm, very grounded, right? As opposed to your very emotional, very, you know, changeable vibe, okay? But here you have Mother Nature. That's the kind of energy coming through for how you feel about them, right? So they are representing Earth. Boom. Someone dependable, okay? Someone who doesn't change. Someone who's like very set in who they are. Maybe set in their ways, stubborn, right? But look at how this person, this Mother Nature, is like just chilling in the water, and you're representing the water. So they're chilling in you. They're not like, oh, I'm drowning. No, they're breathing underwater just fine. They're built for this. They were made for this. Okay, I want one more card. That's a cute one. If it comes back, I'll take it. For my group ones, please, Spirit, their next person, how they feel about them. How they feel about their next person. Okay, let's see what flew out. We have Generous Spirit. Oh, this card came out yesterday. It's so beautiful. These cards are just gorgeous in general. I'm so glad that I got them. We have Generous Spirit. So yeah, this person is going to be very generous. And Mother Nature in general is just mother. You know, she takes care of people. And that's, you know, also coming back to what I was saying about this person just taking care of you and allowing you to be maybe a child sometimes, or not having, they allow you to not have everything together. They allow you to not have all the answers, you know? They allow you to be immature and gullible, you know? And not judge you for it as some people do when you don't have your whole life together, you know? Just stuff like that. So we love that. I'm trying to make space for both of them. But yeah, this person is definitely giving very generous. They help take care of you. And both of these have the same kind of vibe to them, honestly. And they're from different decks. This is from the Fairy deck. This is from the Mermaid deck. So two different decks, but they have like interesting visuals. This is kind of giving very chill, laid back, of Earth kind of person. And they're coming through as a spirit. And then this is Mother Nature, and she's also an energy as well, you know, a being. I just heard a supreme being. So that's coming through. This person can have like a very big energy, right? Especially if they're coming through as the Emperor and the Hierophant. Those are very like in command, in control, big energy cards, okay? So yeah, that's what I'm getting for you guys. I hope this reading resonated. If it did, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Join the tribe. We'd love to have you. If you would ever like to book a personal reading, you could always do so using my email in the description box below. But I hope you're having a beautiful, wonderful day whenever you're watching this reading. And as always, I will see you gorgeous people in the next one. Mwah. Bye. Hello, my gorgeous group 2s. Welcome to your reading. If you chose thumbnail image 2 or you just found your way here randomly, welcome. Today's reading is going to be about how will you feel, right? Or how will you view your next boyfriend, girlfriend, partner, spouse, whatever. How will you view them? What will you think of them? Okay? So group 1 was very cute. I want to get into your reading and see what comes through for you guys. So let's see what comes through for my group 2s. Please spirit, my group 2s. How will they view their next partner? How will they feel about them? Okay, I forget the actual phrasing, but it's along those lines, close enough. I'll have it, you know, as the title of the video, and that's good enough. These are way too many, but I mean, these are such good cards. I might just take them. You know what? I'll take them. I'll take them. I'll take them. They fell out for a reason. So how you feel about this next person? The first card I'm seeing here is the World. So you will consider them to be your world. They have like a very big presence to them. I'm hearing the world is their stage. So this person could be a performer. They could be someone who likes to be perceived, someone who likes to be applauded, someone who likes to be complimented, that kind of thing. They have like a very big personality, essentially, with the World card coming through here. Okay, so we're starting off great. This person could also be very stubborn because this is like fixed sign energy with there being Leo, Taurus, Scorpio, and Aquarius on the board. Okay, they're also very worldly. You could be like, you can learn a lot from this person. I can learn a lot from them, right? They've been around the block a few times, you know. So that's coming through. So how you feel about them? Let's get all the cards out. We have 5 of Wands. This person could get on your nerves. You guys could like go back and forth, banter, play fight, actual fight. I don't know. Because then we have the 5 of Wands and it may lead to some, you know, makeup stuff. Okay. So they're just like a very big fiery personality is the vibe that I'm getting here with the World being here. Someone who's on the world stage, someone who has like a lot of attention on them. You know, maybe some of you, this could be like a celebrity or an influencer or an artist or somebody who's like works in like, I'm hearing big finance, or they've been around, they've traveled a lot, right? Or you will be traveling a lot with them. They live in a different country. They're very different from you, right? The World can represent all those things in the spread, okay? But they're sexy, larger than life is all you need to know. And I do feel like they, like I said, are your whole world, and they make you feel like you're their whole world, which is something that's very important. And I do believe it helps in you being very fiercely physically attracted to them with the 5 of Wands and the Ace of Wands, okay? The Ace of Wands, for all who know, if you're grown, if you're nasty, okay, it represents like physical energy when it comes to 2 grown consenting adults, right? It means I feel the spark, you feel the spark. Now we want to be with each other, okay? Let's get to the bedroom kind of energy. So how you feel about this person, you're very physically attracted to them. Boom, right off the bat. 5 of Wands, you may not get along, or I don't know how to say that. Of course you're going to get along because they're going to be your next boyfriend or girlfriend, but there's just something there. There's a spice of fire to this connection that you may like getting on their nerves, or they may like getting on your nerves. It's kind of like a teasing kind of energy where we all had that one. Well, we didn't all have that one person, but there's always that one person who was like, oh, I'm teasing you because I like you kind of energy, right? Okay, this person also may make you very territorial of them, or they may be very territorial of you, is the energy that's coming through as well, because they're kind of like such a big personality that now they have you in their grasp. That's a crazy way for spirit to put it. That's crazy. Now that they have you in their grasp, they're not letting go anytime soon. So like they can be a very competitive person as well, you know? Very competitive, very fiery, which is why I'm getting very big fire sign. With these two, the 5 of Wands and the Ace of Wands, is like, yeah, definitely. And then we also have the Fool coming out for your person, and the Fool represents Aries energy to me. And then we have Page of Wands. So we have so many wands energy coming through and 2 major arcana. So this person is very much larger than life, which is why it kind of feels like sometimes they just like suck up all the energy in the room, and it's something that you like. You're the kind of person, I feel like, I'm just gonna go off my gut here and say you like to be with the person that every other person wants. You like to be with the guy that is confident, that is self-assured, that has a little bit of money, that has BDE walking around, who's sexy and everybody's looking at him or her and wants them. That's the kind of person you want to be with, right? And it's very much giving Leo Venus, because I have the same energy. And I'm like, whenever I see a BDE person walking around, I'm like, you know, I like you. It doesn't have to be someone who's tall, someone who's brolic, someone who's very physical. Could be because we have 5 of Wands here and Page of Wands. So someone who has a lot of energy is definitely giving, I just like the how you move. I like the way you move. Do, do, do. This person could be like very showy. They dress really well. They could be like Andre 3000 during his, what was the name of the band? It's not coming through. The band that I like the way you move them. How he had his perm, right? And he was a full-blown, grown, tall man, but he had a perm because he was just that man. He was that guy, right? That's the kind of energy, someone who stands out, someone who's not afraid to be themselves, right? Someone who's not afraid to argue, go back and forth, disagree. That's the kind of energy coming through. They have their own opinion. They form their own opinion of the world. And they're not so easily swayed. So you may have a very strong opinion, so do they. And you're like butting heads, but you like it because it leads to passionate conversations, which leads to passionate couplings, right? That's the vibe coming through. This energy of how you feel about them, they make you explore new things. They get you out of your comfort zone, out of your shells, like right off the bat. We have the Fool, we have the World. There's something here about travel, exploration, and like seeing the world. Seeing the world. I love how she's holding flowers in her hand. It's kind of giving me, let me show you the card first and foremost. It's kind of giving someone their flowers. So this person could be like very romantic. They like to give you stuff, buy you things, okay? Gift giving could be one of their love languages, okay? Because then we also have flowers surrounding her in the world here as well. So it's kind of like this person makes you feel cherished, or when their full energy and attention is on you, it can be a little bit nerve-wracking because it's like, what did I get myself into vibes? But you just love it here still. You're happy where you at, right? You're happy in your home and your dwellings with this person, okay? Then we have the Page of Wands, and I love how in the Page of Wands we have this swan, because the swan does give pretty. The swan gives Venus. The swan gives your other half, right? And you're just like exploring, going on an adventure. You meet this person in the wild, right? And there's just something so striking about them that you're like, okay, yeah, that's the person I want to get to know. Or they find the same thing, about you. Oh, this person's striking, right? I'm getting 2 big personalities because this 5 of Wands is the most prominent energy that I'm picking up on in this reading so far, okay? The 5 of Wands is butting heads, being competitive, going back and forth. I can do anything, you can do better. I can do anything better than you. No, you can't. Yes, I can. No, you can't. Yes, I can. No, you can't. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. That kind of energy. Girl versus boys, boy versus boys, just giving that, like, I can one-up you, pranking, that kind of light-hearted, playful vibe is coming through here. You guys are both children in school, playing pranks on each other, like pushing someone off the swing at recess. Like, these are the kind of vibes coming through. I'm hearing mud pies, like going out on adventures, and it's giving Bridge to Terabithia. You know how the 2 main characters would go and explore the earth behind their house or behind one of their houses, and like one of them, rest in peace, the girl ended up like passing away because she like fell and hit her head, but they made this whole big world, Terabithia, on their own, but it was just like a backyard, but it was them together that made it powerful and magical, right? And then I do believe it was sometime, I think it was, and the sun is very prominent in each of these cards as well, because we have the Fool and the sun is shining really brightly over here. And then we also have the Page of Wands, and the sun is shining high in the sky there. But back to what I was saying, I do believe in that movie there was his little sister, okay? Josh Hutcherson's little sister in the movie, because I can't remember his name in the movie. When his friend passes away, he doesn't allow his sister to go to Terabithia One, because he's scared that something could happen, but two, because he doesn't want to share his special place with his dumb old sister. You know what I mean? How boys are, very rude. But towards the end, in order to heal in some kind of way, he ends up bringing his sister Terabithia with him, and they, like, I think the movie ends with them playing in Terabithia, and it was something that was just between, was it Leslie her name was? It was something between him and Leslie, I think her name was, but it ended up being something with him. He could share with his sister as well, you know? So it's kind of giving like fun times, playful times, like childlike humor, that kind of thing. Nothing is like too serious. It's the kind of energy, someone who's very ambitious, very outgoing, and explorer at heart, okay? That's the kind of vibe coming through for your person. And I do believe this person has sex appeal, okay? Because there's something about a Scorpio person. There's something about a Taurus person. There's something about a Leo person. There's something about an Aquarius person, and it's all different things. The Scorpio gives very intense, standoffish, death, emo vibes, you know. I fell in love with the emo or emo girl or boy energy. Taurus is very sensual, the way they eat, the way they take care of themselves, the way they live life, and the way they want to experience every sense, you know, every food. They want to imbibe themselves in liquor and watch TV and have the coziest of clothes and blankets. And we have an Aquarius that's off doing their own thing, being this very fantastical creature come to life. And you're like, how are you even real? Kind of energy. Then we have the Leo, who is the star. They represent sunshine. They're larger than life kind of energy, you know? So each of these signs can't be missed for their own way or another, whatever you want to call it. And then they're also fixed signs, so they're stubborn and set in that being different in their ways, you know, whatever that means. I'm butchering the explanation, but you get my drift, okay? Each of these signs have something distinct that makes them either sensual, sexual, intense, or very different, and that's your vibe. You love that, okay? And they kind of bring that out of you as well. Yeah. So I took a small break and came back, and I was trying to look at what this word on her bag says, and I'm kind of a little ways from the card, and I thought it said a few things. Okay, so just bear with me. Looking at it from here, she looks like a schoolgirl, so it's definitely giving pencils. So I thought it said pencils, and I thought it said the other P word that has that has what's the word? Whatever. A man's thing that starts with a P, okay? I thought it said that. I'm like, obviously it doesn't say that. That's what I saw. So with this reading being about what do you think of them, your next boyfriend, girlfriend, partner, you think about that part of their body a lot if you're a female or you're a man who dates men, okay? That part. But it says poem. So your person is definitely an artist. Okay, trying to focus it. It says, so you're just not gonna focus, huh? That's crazy. It says poems. You probably can't see it, but it says poems. And there's something here about her exploring the nature or the world around her, and that keeps coming through a lot. The world, the Fool, Page of Wands, exploring the world around them. So you think of them as an explorer, adventurer, someone who wants to go and do a bunch of different things, okay? They could be someone who's into science, okay? But yeah, this being poem, she's using a magnifying glass to make fire on this branch on the tree. And then she has a little staff, right? So it is kind of giving like leader. But yeah, that is coming through for your person. They could be a good dancer. They dress really well. I'm hearing, what's that? A hat? Crazy, funky, junky, hat overswept, hair unsightly, trying to look like Karen Knightley. We've been there. We've done that. We see right through your funky hat. That song is coming through. So this person could dress very interestingly. That Aquarius vibe coming out in them, okay? So your person could have prominent Aquarius, Leo, Taurus, and Scorpio vibes, right? Because that keeps coming through. So there's something, like I said, sticks out about them or sticks up about them, if you know what I mean. Anyway. But yeah, very, very, very larger than life energy. So let's see what else is coming through for your person. Get a few more cards from here. group 2's person, please, Spirit. What will they think of them? What will they think of them? Very outgoing person, very extroverted person, a very inquisitive person. They like to ask questions and find answers. We have 8 of Wands. They can be really fast physically. And more wands. Wands. They can have a lot of like sexual tension, vibes, you know, charisma to them. They definitely have riz, okay? There's something about the way they walk around, the way they interact with the world, interact with people, that just gets you going. I don't know what it is. Justice is another vibe coming through for your person. And then this card that flew over here, it's 3 of Cups. So they're just a really good time. What do you think of them? They're the life of the party in all situations. When it comes to work, when it comes to things that they're competitive and passionate about, right? When it comes to interactions with other human beings, everything they do like leaves a mark, okay? So one of a kind is definitely a vibe. 3 of Cups, they know how to have a good time and enjoy life. They can be someone who likes drinking. You like drinking with them. You like getting drunk with them. You like partying with them. They definitely make you, I don't know, feel things. They make you love life, right? It's just a person that makes you laugh until your stomach hurts, right? You could just do anything with them and it will be fun. They make every room light up, you know? That's the kind of energy coming through for them with all these cards coming out together. The Fool, right? The World, the Page of Wands. We have the 8 of Wands. Now we have the 3 of Cups. It's just giving, I'm also getting someone very fashionable. So you're going to think of them as someone who's very fashionable, right? Libra tends to give me that because it's like giving even bone structure, even features, someone who's very attractive, because now we have Libra coming out, and Libra is ruled by Venus. So it's the aesthetic of them. Their aesthetic is really attractive to you. Okay, or you think of an aesthetic, a specific one, when you think of them, because they could have like a specific way of dressing. But also we had Taurus coming through in the World, and that's also another form of Venus. So a lot of romantic feelings for this person. You'll think about them a lot. You might find them crossing your mind a lot, right? Their looks, or just like I said, their demeanor. I wanted to say they're acting. So there could be something here about them acting. But I'm getting someone in the arts. You know how there's people who just want to be a fashion designer. They make up their own. I'm getting like a That's So Raven Baxter vibe, where she was very quirky, very much her own person, very much very out there kind of person. And even her friends were kind of out there as well. Chelsea was very out there, very interesting girl, you know? Okay, so like not even an acquired taste, because I feel like they do well wherever they go, but it's just everybody wants them, right? Okay. 8 of Wands and 5 of Wands is giving me very athletic vibes. So this person you could consider them very athletic. They like to be outside in nature. They're very big on that. It's coming through a lot as well. Because even then when they're in the club drinking, there's still like shrubbery around them. So when you think of them, or what you think of them, you just think of someone who's alive. Okay. Let's get some cards from this deck and see what comes through for your person. And they could be tall as well, or lanky, because also my mind went to the gutter when it came to what this book said on the girl in the Page of Wands. They could be a little immature and make, sexual jokes and stuff like that. But when I thought it said the other word, and I thought it said pencils, it's giving like long. And then I'm looking at her legs here, and they're very long legs, very shapely legs. So that could be something coming through. What will they think of their next boyfriend, girlfriend, partner, future spouse, whatever you want it to be? And look, we have battle. Yep. Y'all gonna be fighting. Oh my gosh. Y'all gonna be fighting. Y'all gonna be like, I don't know. Maybe you're very strong-willed and they're very strong-willed. So it's like you're always bumping heads. That could be what that means. Because I don't think you would be with someone you're always fighting. I mean, people do things that don't make sense all the time. I have to just take a deep breath. Yeah, people do things that don't make sense all the time. So you could be in a potential relationship with someone you're always fighting with, but it's more so giving me 2 strong personalities, like clashing quite often. because one wants to do their thing, the other one wants to do their thing. So it's kind of like, who's gonna win this battle? And it could lead to like rock, paper, scissors, or just stuff like that to determine who wins. It's like a very interesting energy coming through for you guys, but I just feel like you guys were both like characters. You know what I mean? To know you is to love you. Like, it doesn't matter if it's because of all the bad things you do or the weird things you do or whatever. To know you is to love you, both of you. So it's kind of like, to know your person is to love them, even if they get on your nerves and you're always fighting and going back and forth. It's just like, okay, I still choose them. How cute. But yeah, there's something here about always wanting to one up the other person. So you guys are also very competitive towards each other. That could be something. And now I'm hearing the song by Jordan Sparks, Why Does Love Always Feel Like a Battlefield? And she says, you better go get your armor. So it's like, yeah, love is a battlefield, but instead of me running away and like cowering in a corner, I'm going to go get my armor. Because I'm going to fight in this war and I'm going to win, right? That kind of thing. So play fights, wrestling, one-upping each other, being competitive in work, because you guys are both giving me artistic or artsy vibes. Fighting over little things like that. You know what I mean? Collaborating is going to be a big thing as well, like I said. Let's see what else comes out. Why does love always feel like a battlefield? Maybe you're the kind of person that doesn't want an easy love, is what I just heard as well. Maybe you want a love that keeps you like fighting for what you believe in and keeps you like working towards something or being a better person or learning more about patience, like things like that is coming through. But here we have routine. A very interesting card to come out for what you think of them. You could think they're very, how can I explain what I'm feeling? So besides, no, that's the right way to start it. They could have like a specific routine. Like they get up every day, they work out, they go in their studio and work on a sculpture or paint for like 5 hours a day. Then they come out, make dinner, you know what I mean? Meditate for 15 minutes before bed, read a book before bed, then go to sleep. Like there's something very chaotic about them, but also something very routine about them. They do not stray from their routine. They're very like, I'm dedicated to that routine is kind of the vibe that I'm getting. For this person, I feel like, or for how you think of them, it's like, it's weird how this person like loves to go their own way, do their own thing, explore different things, you know, discover something new, right? But then they're also really set in their ways when it comes to what time they eat breakfast or what time they go to work or how many steps they'll take a day and how healthy they have to eat. This person can be really big into like health and stuff like that, working out. That did come through with all the wands energy, a very active person. And then we have distraction. So this person is also very distracting, and I feel like it has to do with their looks, guys. Right, their looks are very distracting because that kept coming through. Their looks, your attraction towards them. So it's like this person is distracting me. If they're in the same room as you, they're like, hey babe, go to the next room. I got some work to finish. You're distracting me, please. You know, that kind of thing. This person could purposely distract you, because I know during the pandemic when everyone was like working at home more often than not, there was like the creator couple that I learned or discovered, Demi and Tom. And one of the things that she would do like during his like Zoom meetings, she would come in and like supposedly flash him. We don't know if she actually did or not because we weren't seeing what he was seeing, but she would come in, you know, then flash him those yiddies, right? And then she would leave and he would like get distracted and be laughing and like blushing and stuff like that. So even when they're trying to work hard, or when you're trying to work hard, they are distracting you, right? Okay, let's see what else comes through. Group 2, please, Spirit. Group 2. What will they think of their next person? What will they think of their next person? There's never a dull moment. Here we have temptation. Yeah, absolutely. See, I wasn't bugging. I wasn't going crazy. These cards are definitely giving me, and I keep thinking about certain things when I see these cards. We have feel the rhythm, and we have temptation. Okay, so this person is very, very, very physically attractive in your opinion, okay, in your mind, in your eyes. And it's just like, I can't get enough of them. You know, I'm always looking at them. I always want more. I can't get enough of this person, okay? Their body is very physically appealing to you. There you go. And then here we have feel the rhythm. And didn't I say they could be a good dancer? That's very weird that came through in some random card. Some random card gave me that vibe. And now we have feel the rhythm. So you think that they're a good dancer. They know they have rhythm. Okay, if that's something you were worried about. This person's giving like a very cool cat. They do well in most social situations. They're very popular, very attractive. All the girls, all the guys want them. That kind of vibe is coming through. And this is the last deck we're going to use. Please, Spirit. We have... We'll take these two. Why not? It says containing multitudes. I love this. These decks are really beautiful. Like, I got some new decks the other day, and this is like the second time I'm using these particular set of cards, but they're so gorgeous. I can't wait to like see what else comes through in these cards. Okay, we're gonna move on the outside. Yeah, because look at all the little glimpses we're getting of someone's body. We're getting like teasing glimpses. We're not getting too much. We're getting a little bit of cleavage. We're getting small waist, right? The legs keep coming through again. The ears, the nose is very prominent to me. The smile, right? They can have a little smirk because these two are definitely smirking. So is she, but these two are definitely giving like smirk. Like, who y'all smirking at? Let me fire over here. Let me stop. I must be stopped. I'm done. But I'm serious though, for real. Containing multitudes, like I said, this person is very smart, but they come off as like someone who's also cool at the same time. They're also popular at the same time. They also are very routine, right? But then they're also a little crazy. They want to get up and go, like spontaneous energy. So they contain multitudes. The card said it best. And then we have bad company. Interesting. Do you see how this card looks? Bad company. These cards are beautiful. They could keep bad company, or they could just give those vibes like, oh, stay away from them. They're no good for you energy, right? It doesn't have to be true. Could be true. The world may never know. But I'm definitely getting the vibes of like people tell you, oh, be careful with that one. They'll break your heart, or, you know, don't get too close. Don't get too this. So they don't stay. They don't do relationships, that kind of thing. They can say that up front, but they end up doing it with you. But they could just keep some bad company, right? So it's like they have a friend group full of F-boys and playboys, and they used to be a part of them, right? Then they found you, and they wanted to be faithful to you, but they still do keep that bad company. So those friends can be telling them, hey, oh, but I have a girlfriend at home. Who cares? She's not gonna know. She'll never find out. This person's like, excuse me, I said what I said. That kind of vibe is coming through for your person. They are very, very, very stubborn and pig-headed. So it's kind of like, once I say I'm down for someone, I'm riding for someone, I'm riding for them. Like, there's nothing you could tell me or do or say that's going to make me stray from this person. Move, okay? Could be loyal. I don't want to say that because, you know, you never really know. With certain people, they're once it's their mind to something, you know, if at any point they say, okay, yeah, this person isn't for me, I don't think they would have a problem, like, dipping and going somewhere else, honestly. But I feel like that used to be the old them, okay? But these cards are kind of giving child. You know, they don't know how to stay still. They always want to run here, there, and everywhere. They're never satisfied. They want to explore and do their own thing. They don't want to be told what to do. If I said that already, I'm saying it again. That kind of thing. They're like always running from here. They can't sit down. ADHD is coming through. They could talk fast. Like, it's just like a bunch of that energy. Like, very just like youthful, endless energy, okay? And they could look just great. But yeah, I'll leave the reading right here. I hope it resonated. If it did, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Join the tribe. We'd love to have you. If you would ever like to book a personal reading with me, you could also get in contact with me, or always get in contact with me using my email in the description box below. But I hope you're having a beautiful, wonderful day whenever you're watching this reading. And as always, I will see you gorgeous people in the next one. Mwah. Bye. Hello, my gorgeous group threes. Welcome to your reading. Today's reading, we're going to be going over what do you think of your next boyfriend, girlfriend, partner, spouse, whatever. Whoever you want to watch this reading for, be my guest. Now, when I was shuffling your cards to start your reading, I just like feel like going to sleep. So I don't know if you think your person like loves to sleep, loves to nap, if they're a very chill, laid back person, being around them makes you sleepy because you feel safe in their arms or in their presence, something like that. Because I just took the longest break and I was like, do I really want to do a group 3? Like, I just want to go home. Like, do I really want to sit here and do another group? You know, that's the kind of vibe that I was in. And I'm like, I was ready when I finished group 2, like, yeah, let me get group 3 out the way so I can go home. And I'm like, you know what? I'll be good if I don't do nothing, you know? So your person can be like very like lazy, or they don't really like doing much, or they're like a homebody, or They just like, you being around them makes you like really like sleepy and, dreamscape worldy kind of vibes, So let's see what comes through. Actually, this reading, we're going to be getting into what do you think about your next partner, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever that may be. You could watch for a partner if you do have one to see if these end up being things you like about your partner, and if it resonates, if you still want to watch. But it doesn't have to be for for someone you don't know already, or a future partner, boyfriend that you already have. So let's get into it. For my group threes, please, Spirit, and I'm still feeling really tired. Your person could be a sleepy boy or a girl, or a man or woman. Okay. Interesting. And now I'm hearing a song for your person, and this song has been like, it was stuck in my head yesterday. And it was like, speak up, I know you hate me. Looked at your picture and cried like a baby. Something. Vodka Cranberry by Conan Gray is a song that's coming through. So that song could be coming through for some of you for specific reasons. The song is basically about how the guy that he's talking about is like slowly pulling away from him, but instead of just saying it's over and moving on and leaving him to like, lick his wounds in peace, he's dragging on the pain, right? And at the end of the song, he's like, if you don't end things, I will. And the song is over. So yeah, I don't know what that has to do with anything, but yeah, okay. Maybe you may feel like you're more into them than they're into you, but I'm not really getting these vibes here, maybe. So first of all, we have two aces, which is like very gorgeous to see. We have an Ace of Pentacles and we have an Ace of Cups. Okay, Ace of Pentacles, like very stable, new beginnings, planting a seed, being like it's a shiny new toy. Like, look at this new toy that I just got. I'm so glad. I'm so happy. I can't wait to experience all the play sessions we're gonna have with this toy. I can't wait to see what I do with the toy, where we end up in 5 years from now kind of energy. So it's giving brand new shiny toy that you see that you're immediately in love with as a kid. That first toy that kind of made you go a little silly because you didn't think you were actually going to get it. Like dreamscape, like I said. Like, wow, like I actually got this toy. I wasn't expecting to get it kind of energy, but it's a pleasant surprise. You're happy you got it, right? And you immediately have like an infatuation with the toy. It's the best toy ever. Essentially is what's coming through. So this person can be the best boyfriend, girlfriend, partner ever. Okay? And then we have the Knight of Swords. I do believe this person likes to speak their mind or like to compliment you or buy you stuff. Because the Knight, which is like charging towards these two cards, okay, hence these two energies is giving this person is giving stable and kind. Someone who I said, like, when you're with them, you just want to go to sleep. There's like nothing you have to truly worry about, or like your mind goes blank kind of thing. Your thoughts turn off. It's like a very serene, very calm bubble surrounds you guys when you're together with this person. Okay, let's see what else came out for you guys. Speak up, I know you hate me. We have, sorry. Page of Swords. I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to fit all these cards. Like, you just got these. You have to watch them more. Look at them. They're so pretty. So toot. Okay, leave that there so you can get a little bit more, see it a little bit better. There you go. But then we have the Page of Swords, okay, coming through. And the Page of Swords has its arrow in the whatever this thing is called, and it's ready to shoot it. So there's something here about this person, what you think of them. They always go after what they want, no matter how prepared they are. It could be a thing. No matter how much they know, no matter how much they don't know, they're all about just like going after whatever they go after. They're a good talker as well, because the Knight of Swords coming out, and then we have the Page of Swords coming out. So sweet talking, or just like an intellectual kind of person that can use their brain and their brawn to get what they want, essentially. This person they could still be a little bit on the younger side, have like a very youthful energy to them, or they still have a lot to learn. is the vibe coming through, because we have a Page of Swords starting off with like a bow and arrow, and then slowly he will eventually evolve into the Knight of Pentacles, which is holding like an actual physical sword. So there's some evolution going on here with this person, going from one thing to the next. And if these cards didn't say anything, there was something that was coming through. No, nothing. That's crazy. I forgot what I was gonna say. That's what happened. Yeah, I forgot what I was gonna say. I guess. But I love how in these cards here, these two people look like the same person. So it could be something here about this person having like really, 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 really light, translucent, almost white hair. Because we have that kind of person coming through in this card here. And then we have the same kind of person with the shock of white hair coming through in this card here. Oh yeah, evolution. Like I said, this person went from a bow and arrow and they only had this sword in their pockets to now having a full sword and having the arrow around their back. So they went from only practicing with a small little arrow to upgrading to the sword. So that's evolution. They've learned more about their craft. Thank you. The message came back around. It's gonna be like, what happened? But that's the kind of energy coming through. So while they still may not be like a expert yet, because they're not King of Swords, they are getting better at communication. They are getting better at their craft. They are getting better at whatever hobby they're like practicing for. And that's what you're thinking of them. You're seeing the growth in them. No matter how significant or small, okay? So we have that coming through. Put that up there. And then we have 3 more cards. We have the 9 of Swords. Interesting. Why is this here? For what you think of them. You could have like a lot of troubling thoughts about this person, or you stay up at night, think about them a lot. That could be because of obsession or because they worry you, okay? It's going to be different for everyone. It could just literally be you think about them too much all the time. Others of you, whether they did something wrong and now it's like haunting you or plaguing you, whatever that may be. But it is more so giving like, I can't sleep if they're not next to me energy more than anything else to me. And then we have 10 of Swords. Yeah, it's like if they're not there, I can't sleep. And then we have the 2 of Cups coming through here, another card indicating a very strong foundation for a relationship. So this could be like a friends first situation. It was something that was kind of giving me that. Interesting. But this may like be like a friend to lover kind of situation, I feel like. But we have 2 of Cups, so good omens coming through here. This person could also love to speak their mind. You think that about them. So you think very highly of them. They like to speak their mind and they have like very strong opinions, because I was like, what could the song coming through have to do with the reading or the person that I'm going to be reading about? And he basically says in the song, speak up. I know you hate me. So this person probably knows things they shouldn't. They have a really good intuition. They know things they shouldn't, and they have a really good intuition when it comes to certain things. They just know things sometimes, you know? So even if you're slowly pulling away, you think, oh yeah, this person still thinks I'm dedicated. In their mind, it's like, no, I know what's going on. He's like, I pay attention to everything you do in the song. So yeah, I know you've been sneaking out your t-shirts and your favorite something hat. He's like, how do I know? Because I pay attention to everything you do. So you come in my house and you're sneaking away back your clothes and your shirts and your hats. Like, I know you're doing that. I'm not dumb. I'm seeing it happen, but you're not saying anything as to why it's happening. This person can be really, really quick on the uptake. I think is what the saying is called. Really quick on the uptake. And look at this, you could talk without words. That could be something that happens between the two of you guys. It kind of looks like these two women are like looking at each other's side. They're side eyeing each other, but it's kind of like an annoying sense where they don't have to say much, but the meaning is clear, right? And it's kind of giving me that one episode of, I forget what show it's called. It could be like Catchphrase or Password with like Jimmy Kimmel, Keke Palmer. Is she at? Sorry, give me a second. It's an interview with Keke Palmer and is it Yvette Brown? And they're like playing Catchphrase on Jimmy Fallon. And basically, based on how you reenact or how you say something, they have to guess the word. The person who's in the catapult, right? And Kiki's trying to say the word Titanic. And in order to get Yvette Nicole Brown to say the word Titanic, she's like saying Rose, but she's giving a suggestive look with Rose. And all she can say is one word. So she can't say a whole sentence. She can't say a whole nothing. She can just say one word. And she just keeps saying it, Rose. Like with the facial expressions and everything. And everyone around them is like, what is happening? Like, even Jimmy Kimmel's like, huh? And it's kind of like they're having a whole black conversation with their faces, you know? Where she's just like, I know what it is, but I'm scared I'm not going to get it right, whatever. And then he's like, you can't just say it. And then she's like, oh, I don't want to. She's like, just say it. And she's like, Titanic. And she's like, yeah. And they win that round because they got the, question right. But they did it with only one word or no words at all, So that's coming through for you guys. That was a funny episode, honestly. Anything else? Your person could be like very quiet sometimes. I'm not really getting a lot. They could be very quiet. You're the more chatty one. They can have moments of, this person could fall asleep on you. Like you're on the phone and all of a sudden it just gets really quiet. You're kind of like, what happened? And you're like, hello, so-and-so's name, are you there? And they're just over there snoring their life away. You're kind of like, I know you didn't just hang up on me. And they didn't because you're still on the phone, but it's like giving zeros, with the zero, it's just like 0, less than 2 or whatever it may be. This person falls asleep mid-conversation. Something like that is coming through, but there's an unspoken language between the two of you. Okay, so you guys get along very romantically as well. You have a lot in common as well. There's something here about mirroring each other, mirroring. Anything else? I'm hearing Free Spirit. I'm hearing Like a Bird by Nelly Furtado. Okay, let's see if we can get one more card. My group threes. Yes, we have the Lovers. Wow. So, I don't know. This is like an unbreakable romantic bond you have with this person. Okay? Because we have the Ace of Cups, we have the Two of Cups, now we have the Lovers. If there's any other indication if this is a high-level soulmate, relax. Glitter, the body glitter. I don't lost my train of thought. Guys, help, please. Just send help. Yes, I remember I was talking about now. Yeah, with the Ace of Cups, the Two of Cups, and the Lovers card, there's just something here about unconditional love, but that's what you think of when you think of this person. Unconditional love. Okay, big decisions. I don't know, I'm getting the vibe of this person like thinking too much about their appearance, because it's kind of like you want to give them like This, I lost it again. You want to give, okay, self-esteem issues, okay? That's coming through, period. Because we have this love they feel in a connection with you. They have this love they feel on their own. That could be something they're trying to cultivate more of. You know, they get really quiet in their head. You know, they become a hermit for sometimes, is the vibe that I'm getting with the 9 of Swords and the 10 of Wands. They worry a lot. Speak up. This person likes the truth and the whole truth and nothing but the truth as well. Here we have hidden treasure. And they kind of found so this is definitely something you're not going to be expecting. I feel like when it comes to like love or relationships, you're not going to be expecting this person before they find you. It's kind of giving like fate, destiny vibes. But here we have hidden treasure. These girls find more than what they even thought they would ever find. They're finding keys from up above. Like they're finding daggers, they're finding gold, they're finding pearls. It's like they don't need all this money when they find it because they didn't stop exploring. So it happens to the end of the rainbow, essentially. Behave. And then we have Veil of Deception. So everything is not what it seems? Is that what that is? Hidden treasure and Veil of Deception. Hidden treasure and Veil of Deception. They're not who they say they are? They're better? Maybe this person has such a low view of themselves that you think you weren't really getting much, but you kind of got everything and more. That could be the vibe coming through here. Their insecurities could like shine a light over their impression of themselves. You think they're a catch, but they don't. Yeah, because you would go so far underneath the sea. Go so far underneath the sea just to find this treasure, knowing it's going to put you in peril danger, but you're still going to find it. Okay. Anything else? I'm hearing that song by Cat's Eye. Hands off, Gabriella. Gabriella, hands off, Gabriella. La, 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 la. That song's coming through. So maybe it's hard for you to like keep this person's hands off of you. This person's like a good friend, a good companion as well. And that's something you will think about this person. I think I pulled from these cards. Yeah, so now it's time to pull from these cards. Okay. Please Spirit, what will they think of their next partner? We have Say It Out Loud. That's definitely something your person would do. They have no problem speaking their mind. They'll shoot their shot. Even if they fall down, they don't care. Okay, Say It Out Loud. Veil of Deception. Hidden Treasure. And then you have Jokes on You. Interesting. They're a good joke. I mean, this person does give jokester spirit. Like, now you see me, now you don't. Now I'm here, now I'm not. You thought you had me for a minute, but no, I had you the whole entire time kind of energy. Not much can go past them. They may have some things that to say out loud, though. We have lighting your path. And then we have backwards is forward. Yeah, this person is very interesting indeed. Because on one hand, we have like very outgoing energy. Then on the other hand, we have 9 of Swords with the 10 of Swords. So yeah, this person goes from like being happy to being really, really sad or really tired in the span of like a few minutes. They could have like, you know, specific disorder or something like that, which is, you know, it's just, yeah, it's just not the ideal, please. It's just, I don't know. Sometimes it may seem like they're like spiraling or out of control because we have this backward is forward. And it's kind of like I read from this book, this title the other day, or yesterday I should say, and it's kind of like this, yes, this is a trickster spirit. And it says no matter how many times you try to trick them, they trick you even more. Because this is like a spirit whose feet are face backwards. So even when they're running forward, it looks like they're going backwards. So while this may be a trickster god, they still use their gifts to help fragile and wounded animals of the forest. So if they use their backwards facing prints to make it seem like the person ran the other way. Instead, yeah, so it looks like when you see them, they're backwards. So you think, oh, the person who chases poor little bunny it's already gone. They ran this other way. And while you're chasing them, the whole time they're running forward. So they're getting farther and farther away from you, and you're kind of getting stuck. So it's kind of like you can't trick a trickster. That's like a feeling coming through for you guys. You think they trick you, or there's something about like a shift in light, or a glare, something like that is coming through. This person wants to protect their environment for sure, so they could be like an advocate for that. But somewhere in the book it says you'll never be able to catch up with him, so you might as well not even try. It definitely lives in a forest. And then lighting your path. This person could be a good guiding light to figure out where you want to go and what you want to do next. They're good at research. They can help you find your dream job, your dream solution. I love that these cards came out together because they're literally the same card. Let's see what the cards say in the book. Just give me a second. Where's jokes on you? Right there, 57. Wrong one. Oh, one more. I'm not gonna give me the right freaking page. Okay, joke's on you. The Paris are fairies of Persian mythology, regarded as neither completely good nor evil. These gorgeous winged creatures, were depicted as maliciously deceptive in early interpretations, but appear later as mostly harmless pranksters who would even be helpful in some situations, delivering messages to humans from the divine. The kinds of pranks the Paris would play are equivalent to a friend hiding your phone. If you've been losing or misplacing things a lot, perhaps the Paris is playing tricks on you. When this card is drawn, take extra measures to be organized. It's time to clean your room or tidy the shelves. Uncluttering your space can also unclutter your mind. If cleaning is meditative for you, let your mind wander as you clean and consider what messages from the divine the pairs might be sending to you. Back so we can read about backwards forwards really quickly. Okay. Curupira is an often misunderstood fairy of Brazilian folklore, judged by his terrifying appearance. When flames for hair and feet that are naturally turned backward, it's no wonder he has been called demon-like. But Curupira is actually a fierce believer and defender of nature. He has chosen with flames for hair and feet that are turned backwards, it's no wonder he has been called demon-like. But Curupira is actually a fierce defender of nature. In the forests of Brazil, he uses his backward feet to trick predators, luring them away from helpless animals. Trying to track Curupira is also leads to confusion. If he was not, he is now. Very interesting. When this sword is when this card is drawn, you may feel like you've lost your sense of forward motion, even if it feels like you're a lamp or regressing. Trust that you are making the post similar to a planet that is moving in your retrograde. Where did I leave off? Everything it feels like you're in sharp. Trust that you are making progress similar to the planet that is moving in retrograde to Curupira, whose backward steps are merely vision. Okay, merely an illusion, I guess. So that's what's coming through for you guys. Give me a second. I'm going to get a few more cards from the deck, and then we're going to be over. You're free to go. Okay, please Spirit Group 3. What do they think of their next boyfriend, girlfriend? What will they think? What will they think of their next boyfriend, girlfriend, partner, future spouse? What will you think of them? We have Mischief. Oh, yes, that's Jokester card coming through. Freaking third time's the charm, okay? And then we have Grief. Interesting. So, yeah, there is something this person is still overcoming, and it's something you may have to go through together at the same time. Or I meant therapy in a kind of way as well. So there could be something here about emotional, physical wounds, and it's something that will lead you to have to go to therapy together with this person to understand where they're coming from. Sorry for butchering that. I don't know. I've been spacing out during these readings recently. But I feel like it's mostly during your group. A little bit for group 2, but anywho. That's the vibe that I'm getting here. Very mischievous person, or your person is, and they can't get enough of it. You could also think that this person has a hard time conveying their feelings to you when they're stressed and going through something, or not fully believing you, or needing help, or needing a hug in this 9 of Swords and 9 of Pentacles. 9 of Swords energy. Nine of Swords, Ten of Swords energy is given they have a hard time coming and asking for help, articulating what they're feeling, which is why, like I said before, you may need to see a counselor together to kind of get them out of their emotions and feelings. Okay, they're hard to get to know. It doesn't make them not lovable. It's just, a little bit harder. It takes more effort to get to know this person. Okay, that's what I got from say it out loud and jokes on you. This person could kind of deflect from how much pain they're feeling by telling jokes, right? But yeah, that's all I got for you guys. I hope this reading resonated. If it did, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, join the tribe. We'd love to have you. If you'd ever like to book a personal reading with me, you could always get in contact with me using my email in the description box below. But I hope you're having a beautiful, wonderful day whenever you're watching this reading. And as always, I will see you gorgeous people in the next one. Mwah. Bye.